Yo, what is good, gang, man? Welcome back. Man, I apologize in advance if I sound a bit weird. I'm really sick today and I feel terrible at the moment. I'm not gonna hold you, I feel terrible. My ops are winning right now, I can't even lie. But hey, that doesn't mean we don't gotta show up and still be productive. Because I promised y'all, man, I will bring you guys along when I start prepping my canvas that I'm gonna paint on. And that day is today, my G. As I told you guys, I'm not just gonna start painting on it right away. I'm gonna apply this gesso to the canvas. I've never done this before, so I guess this will make kind of like a good tutorial video. I'm not sure. Please don't get fooled by my tone right now. I'm actually really excited for this. I'm just at 1 HP right now. My health is low, bro. I woke up with the most crazy headache, man. So what this gesso does is basically it adds a layer to the canvas and it makes it easier for the acrylic paint to stick onto. And I also think whenever you shine a light on the painting, it's not gonna go through the painting. Sometimes when you have to differentiate a high quality painting from a low quality painting, you put it in light to see if the line shines through. If it shines through, then obviously it hasn't been primed. So yeah, we're gonna make our canvas a professional painting. Also, just to preserve the painting for a longer time, you need to prime it properly. Properly. Man, I can't even speak right now. Oh man, let me just clear my table real quick. I'm gonna put on my PVC cover to protect my wooden table from all my creative juices.
Hey, yo!
Here we got the PVC cover. I actually still haven't seen how this looks on the table when it's laid out. Okay, boom, now the PVC cover is on the table, and I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look too bad. Of course, it's a bit awkward looking at first with all these creases, but I guess they'll even out as soon as I get to use this cover a bit more. And now all we need to do right now is just basically open up this canvas and start priming it. First, I think I'm gonna change my hoodie because I'm a pretty messy painter. I just know whenever I start applying this, it's gonna be everywhere, man, this white stuff. Whoa, okay, that was kind of crazy. Man, I've been waiting so long to do this. You guys don't even know. Back end first. Ooh-wee. Yes, sir. Normally, you would need to tighten up the canvas yourself, but this is actually a pre-tightened canvas, so I don't need to do that. The only thing I need to do is just to apply this primer. I actually don't know if it already had been primed before I bought it, but I'm just gonna add my layers just in case. Now, let's put it on the easel. Boom, boom, here we go. Okay, the canvas is now on the easel and it's a bit tall, I'm not gonna hold you. It also seems a bit wobbly still, but I think it'll still manage. I can read here on the description that the canvas has already been primed with gesso. Whenever I'm looking at it, I can still see the light coming through. So I'm still gonna add my own layers to the canvas. So we're still going through with the plan. Okay, so on the directions, it says stir thoroughly. So I'm gonna do that. Let's open up this bad boy. Okay. Wait, how do I... Wait, what? Ah, there we go. Damn, it's tight. Already got my hands dirty. Ooh. It's thick. I don't know how long I'm supposed to stir this. I'm getting in there real good, bro. Man, look at this, guys. Okay, I think I'm gonna apply it now, so let's see how this turns out. I'm just gonna start at the middle. Holy shit. Man, first strokes back. But damn, this easel is a bit wobbly, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. When I'm done priming this canvas, I'm basically gonna go ahead and sketch what I'm supposed to paint on this canvas, because you've already seen my Jinwoo sketch. I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying, just transfer it to the canvas, so of course I know where I'm going, and so I don't, you know what I'm saying, just freestyle it and mess up. I think I'm gonna give it 2 layers. So let me just basically go ahead and speed run this and show you guys the final results. Okay, gang, now I'm done with the sides. So now I'm basically just gonna let the canvas dry for an hour or so and basically give it the second layer. And when I'm done with the second layer, I'm gonna get started on sketching on the canvas itself. So yeah, see you guys in a bit. Okay, gang, I'm now done applying the second layer of the primer. And as you can see, the painting is pretty much dry right now. Sorry, the primer is pretty much dry right now. There isn't really the biggest difference on the surface right now. I can tell that the primer has been applied and it's a bit more, what do you call it, a bit more textured now. I can definitely imagine the acrylic paint is gonna stick to this surface really well. I'm basically just gonna go grab a pencil and then I'm gonna try to sketch out this design that I did last time in my last video. It's gonna look a bit different. I didn't have enough space to draw Tusk. Hopefully I can get Tusk in here somewhere. And I also want to make his dragon, Kaizel, a bit bigger than he is in this sketch. But yeah, man, other than that, it was a successful priming session, I would say. I don't think I missed any spots. I did give it 2 layers, so I did make sure to cover it all evenly. Very fun experiment. I'm definitely gonna need to buy a bigger brush for my next time. I'm gonna use the gesso because this brush, it took me ages to cover the surface. The sides were pretty easy. I actually used a smaller brush for the sides, but for this surface area, I'm definitely gonna need a bigger brush. Now I know, right? All right, let me just get started on the sketch on the canvas and I'll basically walk you guys through the whole process.
The thing is, I was hella excited to finally start sketching on the canvas, but I'm not gonna lie, gang, this was way harder than I expected, because apparently you can't just fix your mistakes like normally. When I tried to erase my mistakes, the graphite from the pencil just started smooshing all over the place. I don't know if I was just using a really bad eraser or the canvas surface just isn't good for pencils.
Alright, gang, so I think I low-key messed up. Forgot how difficult it is to draw on a canvas, so I'm gonna see if I can like paint over all of this with white paint and then start again, because I think I got their positions wrong. This looks really short and Jinwoo's position is kind of off. So I want to move him a little bit down, and Igris, I want him to look a bit more tall. So yeah, I need to do it over again.
It's just been so long since I last had anything to do with a canvas, so I couldn't really get their proportions right. But then I tried drawing the shadows first instead of starting with Jinwoo. So I started with Tusk this time. And this method was way better actually, and it also made it so much easier for me to spread out the characters. But I really do love drawing on a canvas. I could immediately feel the difference. Just having enough space to draw both Kaizel and Tusk was so freeing, man. Bro, I can't even make this up. But hey, Igris and Iron gave me a pretty tough time, not gonna hold you. I think it's because in my design I need them to be close to Jin, but at the same time they're also taller than him, and also have to make sure that's visible. So yeah, that was really hard to do. It's really tough to do. I'm not sure if I even got it right this time. I'll have to see when I start coloring the characters themselves. And I also did change up Tank's design a little bit as well. I tried to make it look like he was more in motion than in my first sketch. And Jin was tough as well. He is the centerpiece of this artwork, so I want him to stand out, but that's hard to make him do when he's like the shortest of them all. So I'll have to see what I can do later on when I start coloring him. I need to see if I can use some of the colors or shading techniques to like kind of draw more attention onto him.
Okay, gang. Wow, I think I've redrawn this like 8 different times, man. But we are finally done with the sketch on the canvas. I know it looks messy as hell, but apparently when you draw on a canvas, it's really hard to delete or erase, the sketch. So it's gonna leave some marks, but I can definitely still tell where the original designs are supposed to be. Unfortunately, I think I need to make Tusk a little bit taller or move him a bit to the left, and I'm gonna have to make Iron a bit bigger. But I think I can manage doing that after I have put down the basic layers, the basic colors. I think it's mostly gonna be a blue sky like a blue night sky. You can think of like typical solo leveling scene, or maybe Onigashima from One Piece could be like a good reference. And then the ground, I think also is gonna be like a navy blue, like a maybe light blue. I'm not completely sure, but Jinwoo turned out alright. Didn't make him too detailed because I still need to figure out some things around his design. Otherwise, the other shadows looked pretty well. Well done. I'm satisfied with Kaisel especially. I like the size of him. It's gonna look cool once he's colored. But yeah, also really satisfied with Biro. I like the pose I made him do. I really couldn't get his angle right, but I found a pretty good reference that helped me a lot. I think his wingspan is gonna be massive, man. It's gonna go all the way from here to there and from here to behind Igris as well. Man, Igris gave me a hard time. I had to redo him like 6 different times, man. It was terrible. Actually, I'm gonna head down to buy a different brush because the brushes I have now, they aren't big enough. I think I'm gonna give this canvas another layer of primer. You know, when you erase, you kind of like scratch away at the surface. So I think I'm gonna, just to be sure, give it another layer of primer. I don't know if it's gonna disappear. I just want to do it just to be sure. I'm gonna head down to the store, buy a bigger brush, and then give it another layer of primer. And maybe I'll show you guys also me giving it the first base layers of color. Okay, so I low-key lied to you guys. We are not only going to cop a paintbrush, a new paintbrush, a bigger paintbrush. We actually also need to find some varnish for whenever I'm done with the painting. I need to find some acrylic varnish while I'm in the store, in the art store. And yeah, here comes the crazy thing. I also bought like an external hard drive for my PC. Yeah, we're gonna go and pick that up too. I desperately needed a new one. I bought one with 5 terabytes. The one I currently have, it has about like 1 terabyte or something like that. And I've used it all up on the main hard drive I have and on the external hard drive I have. All together, like I think I have like 17 gigabytes left. So I desperately needed a new one. So we're gonna go get a new one with 5 terabytes, bro. This one is gonna last me for a couple years at least. So yeah, this is gonna be a long day. I don't know what's wrong with me. I forgot to record again, but I'm back home and I got this stuff. As you can see, a brand new paintbrush and the varnish for when I'm done with this painting. She said in the store, she said this was the best varnish to use, especially if you expect to hang up your artwork. I don't expect to hang it up. I expect to sell it one day, but this is with like some UV protective filter or something like that, some UV protective qualities. So it should make the artwork last a lot longer. So yeah, pretty happy I found this. They only had this small one. I really wanted to buy a bit more than this, but she said she could order a larger one if I was satisfied with this one. So I was like, all right, let me get this one a try. I think it will be a couple weeks before I'm done with this. Yeah, I can't wait to see the final results of this. So yeah, this brush is way bigger than the one I used before. So it covers a much larger surface area, as you can see. This is gonna help me a lot when I'm gonna apply the gesso, which I'm gonna apply in a bit. I'm just gonna give it a couple hours, maybe like 2 or 3 hours to dry, and then I'm gonna start painting. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make like a classic outro of the video. I'm just gonna like show the process and call it a day. So yeah, man, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video if you want to see me painting this on live streams, or let me know in the comments if you want to see the live streams of me painting, or what you think of this sketch so far, maybe. Thank you so much, guys.